Hey, what's up everybody? I just got done doing the chassis swap on the Lazareth Nomad. I thought I was filming it, but apparently it only films for about 20 minutes and then kaput. So all that's lost for good, but at least the frame's done. The car's back onto the frame. I've still got to put a gearbox in it. And do a couple other things so it actually steers, and then I got to bolt the front cowl and the back tail down. Everything through the middle is pretty much just for looks, but there was a couple of them body mounts that was still into that end of the frame, still secure. When I went to yank on the frame to pull it forward, it was wanting to pull the whole car forward, but I had it strapped together pretty good, and it all worked out real well. I mean, it's back onto the frame, so let's take a look at it. So there it is. It's sitting on a good, solid, rust-free frame now. And the body is still, it had a little bit of help from some ratchet straps, pulling the firewall towards the tail pan, but the old car is really rough. Some people said it's rough as a stucco bathtub. I don't know if anything's that rough. Could you imagine? But it's sitting on the frame. And I just aired up the tires and rolled it back. So everything's good to go there. Like I said, I just got to put some bolts right in the back tail pan. That's still solid. And then up in the front firewall. So tell me what you guys think. I mean, at least it's sitting on a suspension that you can build from now. You take this car and slide you a one-piece floor in it. And some guys said, why don't I make it solid? Honestly, guys, if I put the floors and the cargo floor in it, outer rockers, fixed the quarters, dug up some doors in the tailgate, by the time you do all that, find all the missing parts, this car's it's gonna be expensive, and I've got a few more pieces that I want to put on the car. Like I took the door off the other car. Some people said it might be a little bit better, but I mean, you're kind of switching rust for rust. It's just the other one has all the hardware in it. But we'll take a little peek over here. This is what come out of the car. I mean, we got a Bobcat. I just drug it over here. What kind of apparatus is that? What does that do? I don't think it does nothing. I think it's just they didn't have the other piece. They didn't have the other end of this shackle. So they just, I don't know, I guess come up with that idea that would work. And then it was pretty well rotted over here. And then, once again, I'd already went over how the rear end was in it upside down. A lot of people said there's a VIN number in the frame. Well, guys, it's somewhere through here. And judging from all the pits, I doubt you'll never find it. But I still might hack that out. I don't know. And you could tell it was a smooth frame. A lot of people call them California frames, but I've seen them come from places other than California. Maybe they was manufactured in California. But I mean, it was just about rotted out everywhere. All down the sides over there. So unfortunately for this thing, all it's going to get is balled up with the Bobcat, and then it'll head down to the scrap yard. But look at the rake on the thing. That frame had lowered springs or something in the front of it. Yeah, look at the rake. Thing looks cool if you ask me. And then we'll do a little small walk around on the Rustmad, there ain't much left to her. Just essentially cutting the roof off and separating the quarters, and then I might save the rear end out of this thing. I was able to get the back trim out of it. And this side just literally broke free from the body. But it's pretty well picked out. If you guys ever want to know why cars from Ohio that sit outside rust, I mean, it has pretty much rained every single day this week. I mean, look how the water just kind of drips. You could see how over time, as the water, the left side was always the lower part of this car. It sat the lowest, and that water just kind of finds its spot and just kind of hangs out till it rusts away. So some people were saying to try to save this front clip. I've saved them in the past. I've had a bunch of them and ended up scrapping them. Nobody wanted them, you know. I'll take off the hood hinges and some other miscellaneous stuff, but for the most part, once I like these, there's actually bolts underneath there. I know it's hard to believe, but there's bolts underneath there. That's what's holding it to the frame. So just come up on the bottom, and they normally just snap. So once I do that one right there, and then there's one over there, and then just whack it right through here, I'll be able to pull the firewall off of it, because I still want to get the trim and some other miscellaneous stuff. I wish I had my keys. I got about 40 different keys, and I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that that ignition switch to unlock. I'll save that ignition switch. You just gotta save them old keys and just get in there, spray it with some PB Blaster, and just get in there and just wiggle them brass and copper tumblers back and forth. You'll get it. I've done several of them through the years, and I still gotta get this piece off of it. But for the most part, I got all the glass out of it. I mean, the car is just rougher than rough. It does have a complete rear end in it that I might, now I can't pick that up, and I might pull the rear end out. You can see it's still got the center section and everything. They're not really worth a crap, but if you needed one, people try to have $300-400 for them stock 55 open housings. Crazy world we're living in anymore. So yeah, this one's pretty much picked apart. Still got the headliner bows I want to pull out of it, and them side panels, just random junk. But for the most part, she's gave everything she could give. And I still get people that said this car would be an excellent rat rod. Well, you gonna have a topless rat rod? I mean, this car would be excellent scrap metal. So there's just, like I said, there's just a couple more pieces I want to get off of it. Probably cut the U-bolts on the rear end. Probably keep the whole housing of the rear end. And I'll keep the firewall until I could strip out the dash. And there's a few people that wanted some of the quarter panel stuff. And I mean, I don't know if you could even save it. Like, this is no longer even attached. See how that... Watch, see how this ain't even attached no more. It should be a seam all the way up through here, and it's rusted away. You can see this one's kind of got a seam a little bit holding it together, but I don't know, guys. At the end of the day, I think it's more headache than what it's worth. But if you ever want to know why cars that sit outside for long periods of time around this part of the world are so rusty, they literally never get a chance to dry out. I mean, look at all the moss all over that thing. And this, I had a tarp on it, and we get hurricane winds, and it blew the daggone tarp off of it. So what are you gonna do? But like I said, this one right here, I'll put the rest of the parts that I got on it, and then See if somebody may be interested in a really rough 55 Nomad to Pro Street or build, you name it. But you can see the floors kind of laid back down where they're supposed to be now. They're actually sitting on a good frame. And I got the hood or the liftgate hinges. I've got all the trim. I was able to straighten that top piece of trim right there. I was able to straighten that, so it's just a matter of time. I doubt I'll get a chance to work on it a whole lot more this week, but if I can, I will. But overall, I probably put the old fog glass in it just so it has all the trim and everything. Put the trim in it with the glass, maybe switch out that other door. And that's about all the parts I have for it right now. I know there's a bunch more stuff for this car, but I'm in the middle. If you guys have been paying attention to my channel, I'm in the middle of doing floor pans and things like that on my 55 convertible. And I'll do a follow-up video on that car real soon, because I got the nose tore off it. That car's stripped down. It's pretty much ready. It's just going to take some time to do them floors. It's nothing that I'm in a hurry to do. I'm not going to cut any corners. I'm going to take my time and separate every square inch of old floor pan out of it and make sure everything's nice and solid that the new floor pan's tying up to. It's going to be a real nice car. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the progress on the buildable 55 Nomad. The one back in the corner, there's no hope for that car, guys. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. That car is going down even further than where it was. But at the end of the day, it's not sitting no more. It's gave what it could give. I still got some extra parts that I can help out other people with Nomads with. And it's not sitting somewhere where if a series of people died, that car would end up getting scrapped. They'd crush it with everything on it. So tell me what you think. I know they're both rough, but I think this one right here has got some real potential. Thanks for stopping by Don's Hot Rod Garage. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next video.